Thank you for calling the ASMR Help Desk. How may I help you today? Tonight, we will be going over another tutorial on how to create an intro in Adobe Premiere Pro. So let's go ahead and get started. One note before we get started. I use the Adobe suite of products. I also use Adobe stock. I will be mentioning some websites where you do not need access to those services. But to use Adobe Premiere Pro or Adobe stock, you will need to have an account with Adobe. And to use Premiere in particular, you will have to pay. Otherwise, you can sit and enjoy this tutorial and relax. Here is my basic layout. I typically go for the effects layout, but you can change. There are different ones. Your layout may be different when you open your software. That is one of the major benefits of Adobe Premiere Pro, but it's also a major point of confusion because folks will open up their version of Premiere and it won't look like the tutorial and it will confuse them. So you can change them up here, as I said, to preset workspaces, or you can go to Window and select the workspaces from here. Or if you're looking for a specific panel, they are all listed here. So if you're missing one that I'm mentioning, just go ahead and check out the drop-down, the window drop-down, and you can find the one you need. Now this is a new project that I've started. Now, before we get to this spot, when creating an intro or transition, we need to have media to use to create this intro or transition. Now, if we're lucky, either we can create the assets ourselves, or we maybe have a friend, or we can purchase some assets to use. So I like to use Adobe stock. Now there are two ways you can access Adobe stock. The first way is by going directly to the Adobe stock website, and you can sign in. If you don't want to use Adobe stock for some of these items like pictures or short video clips, there are other services like unsplash.com and pexels.com that provide different assets copyright free. I will also note that when you're creating intros and transitions, you want to make sure that you either own the copyright or have permission from the copyright owner before using a piece of media. This means music, pictures, and videos. This is very important because intros and transitions are not covered under the fair use clause of the copyright law. What I like about Adobe Stock, there are templates that you can find that have animations and other special effects where you just need to change some settings to make it your own. For example, this is a logo animation that we could purchase. Now some of these are pictures and other items. For example, here's one that is free that we can license if we want. For free. Then we would be able to change the text and maybe the colors. So that's one way, and you would just license this and download it. Now, let me go into Premiere. And let's say you had downloaded one of those items. You would just click Install Motion Graphics Template. You would just go to the folder where you downloaded it, and then just click on it and open, and it will be added to your templates. Now, let me show you how you access them. I like to do it under the effects screen. Let me move this over a little bit. And then you want to click on Essential Graphics. And again, if you can't find it, just go to Windows and make sure that Essential Graphics is checked. If it's checked and it's not located over here, then it might be hiding somewhere. Like, see how these arrows here? If you click those arrows, you'll see the other workstations. Or here, if you click here, it'll show you the other panels. Click on all these arrows to see if you can find it. But here's where mine is, over here on the right. Now, you also have the ability to browse Adobe Stock within Premiere. So you can click this, and then it will show you all the different options that you can potentially use. Now, this has a $, which means that you have to purchase it. But if it doesn't have a $, then you can download it. Now, this one didn't have a $. And I downloaded it, and that's why there's a check mark. Let's see if we can find one that I haven't already. Here's one. This I could license if I wanted, and use it just by clicking this download button. License and download. Do be careful, because if you click this, which one with the $, it says buy, license, and download. So there's a very real possibility that it will charge you the cost of the item and then download it based on whatever payment method you have connected to your Adobe account. But now that we've selected all the ones, oh, and before we move on, you also can filter by free and just look at the ones that are free. Or you can just do the premium ones if you wanted. we've selected the templates we want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and click on My Templates. Now it shows all the different templates. Now a lot of these are pre-installed for Adobe Premiere Pro. Now I'm going to scroll through. See if I can find a title I like. Now see, here's this one. Sometimes it double loads. Okay, so I want to come back to that one. Maybe. And see, this is things like the end screen of a trailer, that sort of thing. Here's another one. These are transitions. Okay, I want to do this neon sign. So before we can do anything, we need to get the timeline started. So what I like to do is this is going to cover the entire screen, so I don't need any media below it. So I'm going to right click under the project panel, which should be here in the corner. Right click on it. And I hover over new item, which brings up another drop down. And I select either black video or transparent video. I like transparent. And then it asks what's its width and height, its time base, pixel aspect ratio. I click OK. Now I have 5 minutes, 5 seconds. I have 5 seconds of transparent video, which I can pull out and make it longer or shorter. Let me go ahead and take it here just in case. But this is just transparent video. Now, let me get my rulers out of the way. Those are very useful. Now I'm going to go over to the graphics template I want to use, and I click on it and drag it to my timeline. And then it takes a second for it to load. Now I do want to point out this is one I purchased. But a lot of the free ones work on the same principles. Now, I have a sign that when I go and see it loads up, and you see the sign kind of zooms in. Now when I click on it, the Essential Graphics tab changes. And now I have these options. So I can change the options to be what I want. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the neon sign from saying neon sign to okay. And then when I click away from it, it will fix it here. Now, I'm going to go ahead. Now we can't see it. See, the A and the K have gone off screen. Now I could make the whole thing smaller. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make the whole thing smaller. The way I did that was I went over to my effects controls panel on the left. And there is graphics parameters. Under that is motion. And then you have position, scale, and then a whole other bunch of items like rotation, anchor point. Well, scale is what I wanted. And I changed it from 100 to 68. And I did that by clicking on the 68 and then just dragging. You also could just click on it and just type it in. Actually, I'm going to change it to 70. Yeah, I think that 70 is going to make it good. I don't like the font. I want to change it, so I'm going to go ahead and uncheck this and then check this one. I don't like that. Definitely. Alright, so I think I like that one. Now I could change the scale, so its positioning and its size. I could change the size of not the whole piece, but of just the neon sign. I can make it bigger or smaller. I definitely don't want to do that, so I'm going to take it back to that. I think that's better. Now, you also can adjust the size of the stroke. So you can make it really tiny or really big. I want it a little bit bigger than what it was originally. And basically it's just checking and unchecking the different items and seeing if you like it. I like the skew, so I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to take off the title box. And I don't like the shield. I'm going to change the shield to, let me see. Okay, I like that. I'm going to take that out. You also can adjust the glow and the shadow. This is all going to be different for different graphics templates, but it's up to you. Okay, so I want that to be a little bit more red. I want that to be a lighter green. Don't want that badge to be, in fact, I want that badge to be pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm just gonna play with these a little bit. So now I've made it very, very blue because I deleted a lot of the items that I changed the colors. And then finally you can turn off the background completely, or you have three options of wood, concrete, or brick. I like brick because that's typically what you see a neon sign associated with. Oh, that's much better. I like that. And that is my intro. Now, typically with intros, you want them to be very short. So I like to adjust mine. And sometimes you have to be careful because these will sometimes these templates won't let you change the time or the speed duration. So sometimes these templates get a little finicky when you change the timing. This one I've used before, so I know it's pretty forgiving. And then what I would do is I would put in some music that I felt was appropriate, and then be good to go. Now let's check it. As you can see, it's a little blotchy, and that's because Premiere Pro is trying to render that in real time. So I'm going to go ahead and export it. And it gives you all these settings. I tend to leave it in the format of H.264. And I click on this to change the name. And then typically I leave everything else set up, and then I queue it up in Media Encoder, which is another Adobe program that I may be wrong, but I think it comes with Premiere Pro. I don't think you need to also get a thing for it. It's a free program, I think. Don't quote me on that. And it pops up here, and I go ahead and click on that, and it exports the video really quick. Now, this one is going to take a little bit of time because there is a lot of rendering that it has to do. That is all I was going to cover today. Please leave your questions or ideas for other tutorials in the comments below. We would love to see those and consider those. And also, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel so that way you can see all of the great stuff that we're going to be doing. And if you like the video, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. We would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. This show is part of the CIP network, where we inspire creativity one episode at a time.